Hello YouTube world, thank you for joining my channel once again, and please remember to subscribe, like, click on notifications and all that nice stuff. I'm going to be producing stuff regularly, as you know. If you don't know, welcome. Sit back, relax, enjoy. Anyways, I'm going to update you guys on some Pokemon Go stuff. I haven't updated anything in a while. That's because I just turned level 40, so I'm creating a little video, kind of like a montage of, well, I started recording seriously since level 30. I actually did record earlier on, but the footage just lost somewhere. It's in the ether. Anyways, hot news today. As you can tell, I'm on a Pokemon Go hub, but it's also on Pokemon Go Live. Niantic's doing other things, specifically with other things, but this is kind of a big news. PvP community response so far. I looked at the article. You can read it if you want, but it looks like it's close to 50%. Actually, a little bit more towards people that don't like PvP versus people that are into it. Now, that actually makes sense to me. It's to be expected, because a lot of people play the game not because of the PvP aspect of Pokemon, but they like it because of the aspect of catching, community, etc., etc. There's a lot of people that are just not competitive that way. I'm on the fence either way. I have PvP'd, played with it before. I've won a lot, I lost a lot. I'm actually equidistant either way. Sometimes I lose on purpose just to see how different Pokemon work. For instance, I did a battle last night where I just picked the last three caught. Whatever the last three caught was, I had to do a Master League because that kind of opens up. You never know what CP you can catch. But that makes it very interesting and challenging, because if you go against someone, you don't know what they've caught either, and you don't even know what moves they are. I mean, yeah, you can look at the moves and all that stuff, but it's kind of a quick thing like, okay. And I had one that was like 200, 1500, and 100, and it was close. It was almost towards the last one though. It just dropped. Other times you could do like a all Pidgey or all Rattata. You could change it up. You could just find a partner that's willing to do that. It's all about Sinnoh Stone, so that's really what the ballpark of what you're trying to do. And there's going to be a lot of competitive leagues that want to do for competition, like the the semifinals, finals, and the ultimate winner, etc. I've been asked if I want to compete. Maybe. I thought of emceeing some competitions. I really want to MC a Nick versus Brendan Ton and Mystic 7 versus JT Gilly, and then have the winner of that fence off each other. I would want to see, personally, I would want to see like Trainer Tips versus Mystic 7 battle off. But I know who's going to win that, just by the sheer amount of knowledge. Now, I want to challenge Trainer Tips as well, but that's on different sphere of things. It's more of like challenging based on information, moves, CP, IV, stats, like a data challenge versus just aesthetics of like who's your favorite kind of thing. That being said, it's all across the board. It looks like 50-50. People like it, people don't like it. I'm 50-50 as well as if I like or don't like it. Part of me likes it, part of me is like, eh. And it's interesting now that I've reached 40, my priorities have definitely changed. Now I'm not racing to get the experience, at least until they raise the level cap. And a lot of people ask me, well, when do you think they're going to do that? Jury's still out on that one, because there's so many different generations out there still. But I suspect, or I guess, possibly late 2019, roughly mid-summertime. Maybe towards the end of summertime, for several reasons. One, because Niantic itself has a lot of things that they're working on, and they're not going to do a major code push until they've gotten some other things out. And I think that those other things that are going to come out are March. And after March, in a few months, if they've been tested, roughly June, July will be the time that, okay, we're going to release a level cap. But it could be at any point, at any time. But that's my guess. Anyways, the big news today, and click on it here. Phoebus Limited Research Day. It's going to be like a community day in a sense of like it's the same hours as a community day. It's a 3-hour window, which is unfortunate for me because that party that I was going to run on December 15th got postponed, and it's going to be this coming week, and it's going to be from 4 p.m. onwards. So I could probably do it for 2 hours, but then I'm stuck. And stuck as in I won't be able to do it at all. So, but the big point is Shiny Phoebus. Basically, it's going to be a little bit different. It's not going to be a catch. It's going to be research. Basically, this is what you're going to have to do: clear out your decks, clear out your space. More so because you want to have enough room for items, have enough room for Pokemon, have enough room for everything. Basically, empty out what you can, because it's going to be research tasks. What you're going to have to do is you're going to go around, spin discs, and do research. And now, I don't know what the research is going to be. Whatever it's going to be, like catch 5 Pokemon, transfer, do 3 excellent rolls in a row. Hopefully not that. Hopefully it'll be a lot more simpler. Maybe it'll just be catch, like, there'll be like catch 3 Pokemon, and then the reward would be Phoebus. That might be more what it might be like, because they didn't mention anything about increased spawn rate. So it'll probably be something like catch 3 Pokemon, or catch 5 Pokemon, and then catch Phoebus, and each one will be catch Phoebus, and then you'll get the chance for a shiny variation, which is the big point of this. And I show you, like, this is the normal and the shiny view. So, and rules still apply. You still have to do the walk a certain amount of distance and have 100 candy. So there's reason why you want to catch the Phoebuses as much as you can, is because you want to have 100 candy by the time you end this. When you get the shiny, all you have to do is just walk the distance. Now if you get quick enough, you could probably combine all 3. It's still a decent amount of walking time. But if you catch one in the very beginning, then you're luck. Then you'll be able to really crank it out. Since I'll only be able to do 2 hours of this event, well, maybe an hour and a half, roughly. My goal is just to get a shiny Phoebus. I mean, if I had the full time, I'd want a shiny Phoebus and 100%, but I don't think I'll have a chance to do this. Yeah, in the same times, from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. Pacific for Eastern Time. It'll be 2 to 5, typical. Limited research tasks will be available when you spend photo discs or Pokestops. Completing limited research tasks will reward you with the encounter for Phoebus. Now, of course, if you gotta make sure you take care of the task in that window, because I have a feeling if you hold on to the task and 5 o'clock hits, and then let's say it's 5:05, if you get that reward, it'll probably be something else. But I'm not sure about that. I'm not sure if there's anything like that. You may encounter shiny Phoebus. So I have a feeling the percentage of shiny will probably roughly be like the community day percentage. Guess that. Again, when they had multi-community day event in December, the shiny percentages weren't changed. So who knows? I think it will be, just because it's a 3-hour window and they're not going to do it for a whole day. I think it's going to be increased. Let's see the tips and tricks. As long as you collected the limited research during the event window, you can complete it at any time. Now, one good thing you do if you want to prepare ahead of time, because you have a whole week. If you have an existing Phoebus or rare candies, save up the candies. Walk the distance. Now, you don't really want to, I mean, if you have 100% Phoebus, you don't have to worry about this. But if you still, even if you do, if you want a shiny variation of it, you don't necessarily have to walk, because whatever you're going to catch, you're going to have to walk anyways. But if you walk up now, you have a week to be able to get enough candies. What you wanted to optimize this, what you want to do, if you really want to maximize this, you want to have exactly 300 candy pieces, and this is why. 100 candies for a shiny, 100 candies for 100% Phoebus, and 100 candies for 100% shiny. That's the best you can do. Now, of course, you may not be able to do that, even if you don't catch 100% of either. Let's say you catch an 80% shiny, 90% regular, and then one other one. Let's say 25%. Okay, or let's say even better. Let's say it's 25% shiny. Now you have a 80% shiny, 90% regular, 20% shiny, or 20% shiny Phoebus. It's still good to go, because for the max player, you want to have one of each. So you have your 80% shiny that you can evolve and keep, and have a shiny version that you can actually use. Then you have your 90% for regular Phoebus for regular fighting. Then you have your 20% Phoebus that you want to keep as a Phoebus, just because if you want to have a shiny of each, there's your option right there. That's probably the maximize you can do. So your goal is to get 300 candies, or 300 candies even before you start this. Then when you actually start the event, then you could just focus on catching the right ones. You don't have to worry about the candy because in your head you already know you have the candy, so you're not catching and then like, okay, transfer. Let's see how many candies I get out of this. So you catch 40, transferred. You have enough. If you have enough candies before it starts, then you don't have to worry. But then you could just catch whatever you want. Since there's no special moves, there's no anything that has to be done within that 3-hour window time except for the research tasks, then you could just do it at your leisure. Now, that's the other thing. If you're queuing up research tasks, get rid of them. That's going to be tough for people that are working on mythicals. So you have a week to get whatever mythicals you can done, because you want to have all 3 research tasks cleared out if you can. If you're working on the core mythical and you cannot, that's fine. Just remember, it's going to be a lot less efficient to do this. But moving on, let's see. Minimum CP 65, max CP for level 15 is 117. Field research encounters are not weather boosted, which means your Phoebus will always be level 15. We suggest keeping all of them and trying out your luck with trading. So your end goal is to get a shiny Melodic and a shiny Phoebus. Okay, that's anything beyond that. Let's see, any other news? Oh yeah, just a refresher. Most of you guys already know this. Total Dial Community Day is coming out. It's going to be your standard community day, 3 hours. We have an extra hour to, evolve what you want to evolve, so that the pressure's out of that. What's really important is quarter hatch distance on incubators. Now, if you have some super incubators, that can mean a lot. The 1/4 hatch distance, what this means for you? Well, this would be the critical time to queue up all your 7K eggs, or 5K or 10K eggs, or whichever one that you want to focus on. I'd say at this point, because of Railu and the others that are harder to find, just throw in the eggs and you just clear out if you can. It's kind of hard the way the mechanics work with eggs. You can't stop or you can't delete eggs. You just have to hatch them all. But what I would suggest, specifically if you're focused on 7Ks, right before this event happens, clear out your eggs. If you can do it with an hour before the event, clear out your eggs if you can. Then within an hour before the event, accept all those gifts. Keep all those gifts from all your friends pending. So you have 9 7K eggs, if 7K is what you're looking for, right off the bat. And then as soon as the event hits, boom, incubate them if you have the incubators. If you're not, you're going to have to negotiate what you have. But you should have enough incubators from the previous event where they had a daily incubator. Hold on to those, especially if you have super incubators. If you can buy a super incubator, it's even better. What you want to have is 9 7K eggs. Throw them on there so that 1/4 hatch distance, that's 1.75 kilometers for those eggs, which you can easily do. Now in this event, you got 3 hours. So if you time it right, now make sure that you have 9 more gifts pending after your initial 9. The reason why I want this so they have 18 is once you hatch those eggs, you want to quickly accept those 9 plus gifts, because remember, not every gift gives you an egg, so you'd probably 10 or 11 at this point, which is going to hit your maximum gift. If you time it just right, you'll be able to get another 9 eggs, throw in another 9 incubators, and hatch those within the limit. That's probably the max you're going to be able to do is 18 7Ks, or whichever one you want. Hydro Cannon, which is good. If we confirmed it, it's probably going to be Hydro Cannon. And it's like your typical community, so it's nothing more that you need to know about that. Anyways, thank you for stopping by for this piece of news. Hopefully it's insightful. I know some of you are on top of this. For those that may not be following this as closely as others, hopefully I'm here to inform you and help you out. Until further episodes, thank you guys and take care. And remember, catch them all. Peace.